Hello, welcome to Cooking with Hedap, and today I will be making jollof rice in a more healthy way. Here are the ingredients. And I have onions chopped, and then I have a tomatoes puree, and then 2 garlic cloves crushed. I also got some chicken stock here which I'll be adding to the food, and I have some vegetables which I will be chopping and adding to the jollof rice when it is done. I've got olive oil here which I'll be using to do the jollof rice, and then the chicken. This is 700 grams of chicken. The skin is been taken off for a nice healthy one, and then I have 800 grams of rice, and these ingredients will be used to serve 8 people. I'm going to use my oil, about 80 ml, because I want to do it in a more healthy way. But normally when you are doing a jollof rice to serve about 8 people, you'll be using about 200 to 300 ml of oil to cook. But today I'm only using about 80 ml of oil to do it, just to reduce the amount of oil. I'm gonna put the chicken in the oven to grill it, because I want to save time while doing that. So I'm going to use a foil. So the chicken go inside. You can see it's nicely spiced. Just to put some onions on it to give it more flavor. So now the chicken is in the oven. I'm going to put it in a marking of 50 degrees, because I don't want it to burn and I want it cooked properly. So it's on now. I can put the chopped onions in now, and then fry it for a few minutes. I'm going to put the chopped garlic in. Fry it for 2 minutes. I always like my food flavored. I don't forget my onions and my garlic, because the garlic is also good for your heart. So I'll leave it to simmer for 2 minutes. I'll cover it up, looking at my clock over there, and I'll leave it to cook for 2 minutes. It has simmered. I'm going to add the tomatoes and the pepper to it. Nicely stir it again. Stirring it. Now I'll leave it to simmer for another 10 minutes. But I'll keep stirring it so that it doesn't burn underneath the pan. The stew is still cooking, so I'm going to stir it. I'll stir it a bit. Still cover it for another 5 to 10 minutes to simmer well. Then I'll add the rice onto it. The chicken is in the grill. I want to check it and see how it's doing. Ooh, that looks very nice. Nicely turned over. Going back into the oven to grill nicely for another 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. I'm gonna check on the stew one more time. Ooh, that's cooking very nicely. I think my stock can go into it now. I'm gonna pour my stock into it. Wow, that's nice. And a bit more beautifully. I'm going to lower the fire a bit more so that it doesn't burn. Let's cook nicely. Now my rice is gonna go inside the stew, so I'm going to wash it with hot water just to discharge it. That powdering, as it looks white, all the starch is coming out. Throw the water away, and then wash it one more time. have to be careful with your hot water so that it doesn't burn you. Just put your hand at the side whilst washing it. That's right. As you can see, the water is becoming to be more clearer. Going into the sauce now. It's all gone inside now. Going to add chicken stock to the jollof rice to add a bit more taste to it. Be careful of the salt. This one there's salt in it already, so I don't need to add more of that. Increase the fire a bit. Stir it and leave it to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. But I'll keep checking it and stirring it because I don't want it to burn under. Because of the stock I've added, it's enough. I don't need to add too much water to it. I'll only add about another 100 ml of water. So that the rice can cool nicely. Just checking the salt if it's, that's beautiful. Now leave it to cook for 10 to 15 minutes. The jollof rice is cooking nicely. I'll stir it. As I said earlier, jollof rice, you need to keep stirring it gently. So that one is done. As it's cooking, I'm going to chop the vegetables I wanted to add to the jollof rice and sideline. So I'm going to chop that. It's nicely washed and clean. So just chop it nicely. This is white cabbage. You can use any type of vegetables you want. Carrots, you can add carrot to it. Just to make it more healthy. So this is the way. Then I have a paprika. Some people call it green pepper. So we've clean, chop it, then remove the seeds. Once it's done, I'm gonna get a plate. Yeah. And then put them inside. Leave it aside. Now I'm going to chop my cucumber. And that's one side. That one is done. Over there. The chicken is done. Going to take it out from the oven. As you can see, it's nicely cooked. Look very nice and beautifully. I'm using the tongue to take out the chicken. I go beautifully, you can see. Don't mind my saucepan. It's just alerting me that I need to open it and check it. Now, I'm going to check on the rice again. Oh, that's cooking nicely. It's not done yet. Check it. Doesn't burn under the lid. Let it cook properly for another 10 to 15 minutes. The rice is still cooking. It's still not done yet. Maybe in the next 5 minutes it will be done. Now I want to do the cabbage. I want to steam it a little bit to soften it. So I'm just using about say 60 to 80 ml of water. and then put the fire under to boil. Cover it with the lid just to steam it up a bit, because when it's too hard, kids don't tend to like it. Just to make it a bit tender. Leave it for 5 to 10 minutes to boil. The rice is now ready. Check it. See? Oh, you can see how nicely it's done. Normally when the jollof rice is cooked with plenty oil, you can see it. But here, you can only see steam coming out and how the rice is done beautifully. Because I have kids among us. Yes, because I use a little water to cook it, it's actually done with the water. So you can't see anything to drain out the water. So you still retain the vitamins in the cabbage. As you can see it, look at it. There's nothing to sieve out. Everything is in there for you. I'm gonna take this one off into the bowl. The rice is done and I'm serving. Remember, it's healthy eating. It's not only the ingredient that counts, but you also need to remember you need to eat in portions. Ooh, beautifully. That's beautiful. Add my vegetables. Nice. The food is done. I'm going to try it. Whoa, the chicken is nicely done. As you can see, there's no pink color inside. It's so nice. The cabbage is well done, very crunchy, nicely cooked, beautiful.